Hi guys, I wanted to share with you one consideration regarding the concept of choice, the concept of happiness with choice and freedom of choice. Now, there is a kind of anecdote here in Italy, but actually in the whole of the Western world. The higher the number of options available, the higher your level of freedom. We call it freedom of choice. So imagine that you need to buy a car. If you have a lot of models to choose with, a lot of colors, a lot of personalizations, a lot of items, a lot of options, you can actually find yourself in a position to make the best possible selection of your perfect ideal car, right? The car which matches perfectly your needs, your preferences. Now, there is a problem with that this is true only up to a certain threshold. But if the number of customizations options, if the number of variables goes up too much, rather than feeling eased in making the final decision about the best car for myself, I would find myself paralyzed. That's what I call the paralysis of too much options, the paralysis of choice, which derives from having too many options, too many possible choices, right? So my intuition, which actually in reality is not really mine, but this intuition occurred in the mind of Professor Barry Schwartz, who wrote a very interesting book called The Paralysis of Choice, is that actually we would be better off, we would be happier, we would be less anxious, and we would be less depressed if we had less choices available. So it's not true that the more choices you have, the better off, you're better off in terms of happiness, serenity, and anxiety. So I think that technology in the future might help out in reducing the burden of filtering out all the possible options that we have available for every single big or small decision we have to make in our life. Imagine that there is a system which filters out and analyzes all possible choices and alleviates you of the burden of having to go through all the options and determining by yourself what is the best option available for you. Consider that. And my last final consideration is whether or not less is actually more, and more is less. Okay, guys, talk to you soon.